Another rainy day. It's good it's been a wet season, but it kind of screws me up when I can't put stuff outside. But anyway, there are chassis ready to go. Time to start working on the cab here. This all needs to be body worked here. These holes, I need to fix a couple holes. I need to lose that hole there, and probably at this point I'm just going to weld that up and re-drill it later when I get the right hinges, if I can get the right hinges. Same thing on this side. They added 2 holes, so I'll get behind there and I'll weld those up. Other than that, a little bit of cleanup, and I'll be ready for some Bondo. Alright, so we start out with a piece of old sheet metal. Cut myself a plug that fits in that hole. Take a little bit of work to get it to fit just right, just the way I wanted it. Now once I have it fitting the way I wanted, I'm going to go ahead and weld it in place. I'm going to weld it with a series of just small welds until I fill in the hole. Any more than that and it tends to burn this metal away. It's pretty thin right there, so I just tack it real slow, take my time, grind her out, grind it smooth, get back to the weld, and I just do that over and over again until everything's smooth and looks good. And we do the same on the other side. Jump to the other side. On this side, the holes are going to the inside of the truck, so I can hold the piece over the back side and just go ahead and weld it up that way. Same thing, bunch of small welds. Just to get that metal to fill in that split on the front edge there. Weld that lip back into place. Fix up a couple other holes, and then we'll get the grinder out and smooth all those down, and we'll be ready for coated body filler. Ready to go. I gave it the final wipe down, degrease and clean. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the filler on. Give this thing a nice coat of filler inside and out. And probably spend most of the day tomorrow sanding. Alright, got it on the high speed again. I'm going to mix up a bunch of body filler. I'm going to use it on the seams. I'm going to go ahead and pack it across all the seams. Fill that lower edge there. And skim coat the whole firewall. This actually turned out, it took several passes of filler and sand and filler and sand. There's a little bit of warpage on that panel, of course, after welding it all in and doing all the welding. So it was a bit of a process, but the end result came out pretty good. Then we're going to do the same thing on the inside. Nice skim coat it all over the dash. And I'm going to put it all over the seams and the welds just to smooth them out, kind of make it look a little better. I think it makes it look better. The floor is going to ultimately be dynamated. Alright, well, back in the garage, making a dusty mess everywhere. Oh, this is the part of bodywork that I don't like. The dust everywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do here, but the dust is pretty crazy. Alright, another high speed, just sanding away. This process took me probably a week overall, maybe a week and a half of sand, a little more filler, sand, more filler. It takes me a long time because I'm really not a body guy. This is something I do very rarely. Alright, this is after the first coat of primer, and I started blocking it yesterday, and you can see I'm getting into the filler and I'm starting to touch metal, so I stopped. You can see there's still shadows here. I'm gonna put another coat on the front, and while that's drying I'm gonna come in here and start blocking the dash out. The dash actually looks really good. I got one little spot here. Let me see if I can turn the light on. The LED likes to mess with the camera sometimes. And see, I got one little spot right there that I'm going to need to address. And I think the rest of it looks pretty good. I got steering column there primered, so I got to sand that. I got a lot of sanding to do. Alright, just mixed up some red. Go ahead and see if I can make this thing look good. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I think it came out pretty good, actually. Not too bad. Alright. I'll let this dry. Go eat some lunch, and I'm going to come out and I'm going to start working on the firewall, or no, on the dashboard inside. I got a little bit more prep work to do to it, and then it's ready to paint. Alright, I'm ready to spray the dash. Got the steering column hanging and the glove box lid hanging, so I'm going to go ahead and spray this stuff and let this finish sitting over the weekend, and I'll be putting it back together next week. Alright, so I think it came out pretty good overall. Like I said, I'm not a painter. I just realized that I didn't close these holes up very good. I got a little bit of overspray through there, but I think the best thing to do is just to let it dry. Let it cure over the weekend. And I can probably hit that with a little bit of rubbing compound or a little polishing compound that should take the overspray right off. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It looks pretty good. Alright, well, I'm pretty happy with that. I wish I would have closed those holes up a little bit better. Didn't get the black overspray on the red, but sometimes things happen. Anyways, I'm going to let this cure over the rest of the weekend. Next week, well, I'll be starting the process of putting this back on the frame and start wiring. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the frame, get all the controls hooked up, and get the engine to where it'll start and run. Then I can move this thing around really easy. And then from there, we'll continue on with the rest of the body work. So, well, for now, thanks for watching.